Welcome to the Elementor Pro. My name is Jared, and today we're going to look at using gravity forms with Elementor. So what I have here is a basic contact form that I built out in gravity forms. I like to use gravity forms because I just don't get any form spam using gravity forms. Using form builders also makes it easy to build out dynamic forms for different purposes, and gravity forms is one that I just fell in love with a long time ago, and I've been using it for years. But if you take a gravity form and go and just try and embed it into an Elementor page using shortcode, it doesn't look that attractive. And so that's really the only way to get one into an Elementor page unless you integrate it using something like essential add-ons for Elementor. So we're going to look at kind of how to do this. Obviously, if we go and look at the form itself, we can grab the shortcode for the form and we can embed it, and it's not going to look too good. So I'm going to go ahead instead and utilize the Essential Add-ons plugin, which I already have installed. Essential Add-ons has gravity form support, and to me, I utilize this often enough that it makes it worth the cost of purchasing Essential Add-ons. Essential Add-ons for Elementor does have a cost, but it's worth being able to style out your forms and make them look like they are well integrated into your website. So here we are on an empty page. We're going to use the shortcode option first. So what we need to do is create a section for this to reside, and then we can go and easily just get the text editor, or I can use a shortcode field and just drop in a shortcode element here and then paste in the shortcode, and then we have our form. Now, I have my gravity form and it works. I don't need to use essential add-ons to make this happen. I could just throw in the shortcode and voila, it works. Nothing is going to be wrong with this. It just is not a really attractive form. As I style out the rest of my page, I'm not going to have a way for this to match. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this just by clicking delete, and instead I'm going to do a search for the gravity forms element that comes with essential add-ons, and I'm going to drop this into place. Now it's going to load, and I can select the form and hit contact form, which is the form. Right now things look pretty close to the same, but there are a lot of things that I can customize here. I can easily turn off the title, I could turn off the description, I could turn off the labels, and of course now it doesn't show anything, but I would want the placeholders. I'd need to go and add the placeholders that in the actual form itself in the gravity form builder. But you can see here I can do things like change the form width, and so I can force this to a certain width. So if I am putting this into a column, I can adjust the width of this to fit into the column and not stretch out so far. One of the things that the gravity form was doing was stretching clear across the page, which is quite a bit large for my care. So there are ways around that, but it's nice to have all of these editing features here. I can even change the font, color, the size, all of the attributes of the title and the description. I can make changes to the label, the input text area, form descriptions. Everything here is completely editable. And what makes this nice is that, you know, this is stuff that I'd have to go and manually change with CSS code otherwise. And then with CSS code, things change, things break, and as long as you're using something like essential add-ons with your gravity form and all of your plugins are up to date, you're not going to run into any issues there. So being able to come in here and adjust things, even change the color of buttons and stuff like that, is absolutely fantastic. So let's just make a couple of little changes. I'm going to go ahead and toggle back on the title and the description. Now I don't have a subscription and it just says contact, but I can actually customize the title and the description here. So I could change this to contact us. Perhaps you want the display name of the form to be different than the form name is on the back end. And then I can also add a description, and now I have those added. I can come into style, and under title and description I can change the sizes, and of course even change the font, customize that, make the description a little bit more bold, but pretty much leave it the same otherwise. You know, the labels and everything here, I can adjust these, make changes to the font, the color, all of that great stuff, and really customize this to fit the style of the website. You've seen on websites forms looking quite modern. A lot of these are just styled forms. I mean, forms are pretty basic in themselves, but once you style them out and make them look more attractive, you have a website that looks different than others that just really stands out. And forms are something that can be quite boring, especially if they're longer forms, and so customizing and styling those is definitely really nice. So right here I can even change the submit button. We've got the ability to change the typography of it. We could change the background color to any color that we want, and even customize this button completely by adding radius, box shadow to it, and all that good stuff. So the customization here is really limitless. Even the ability to center that button, even center the entire form, things that you would have to really be a CSS ninja at in order to get in here and customize. I haven't gone into too far of detail of customizing out this form, but there are lots of good examples of that being done on the Essential Addons website, so you can click around there and take a look. What's nice is having the customization there, very easy to get in there and dial that in. So that's a great way to differentiate your form. It's definitely not necessary. As I showed you, you could easily put the short code in and still use Elementor and Gravity Forms together. The reason that you might want to use Gravity Forms with Elementor instead of just using the Elementor Form Builder is all of the integrations that Gravity Forms has. Gravity Forms has a ton of integrations that installs, including the ability to make payment forms and stuff like that out of forms. And so it's very easy for you to take a Gravity form and embed it into an Elementor page. And then if you want the customization, you have the ability to install Essential Addons and customize that form to make it look and feel the way that you want it to. So I hope that this video helped you understand a little bit on how to use Gravity Forms. If you are unfamiliar on how to find the short code or figure that out, it's not super easy to find the short code. What I tend to do is just go and do a Google search for Gravity Forms short code, and I just pull in the short code right from this page and then customize it. So I'll copy the short code and then I'll take it over and throw it into a page and then make any changes. The Gravity Form ID is the only thing that you need to know, and you can easily get the Gravity Form ID by just mousing over whatever form it is that you want, and then down at the very bottom where it shows you the URL, it shows ID equals and the number at the end, and you can easily get access to that number and then paste that number in place or change the number in the short code, and it will load the appropriate Gravity Form. As you did see, it is easier to do that with Essential Addons because it loads in your Gravity Forms and gives you a drop-down menu to choose from. So if you're utilizing a lot of Gravity Forms and even don't really care too much about customizing them much, it certainly is a lot easier to use the Essential Addons plugin, that element, to select your Gravity Forms than it is to use the short codes. Short codes can have issues sometimes, can get messed up, can get easily deleted, maybe by somebody who might be editing your page that doesn't necessarily know how short codes work. So the Essential Addons plugin may save you a bit of headache down the road. There is a link down in the description below to the Essential Addons plugin. It is a paid plugin from Essential Addons, and it is an affiliate link. The affiliate link helps support the channel here and all the work that we're doing. There's no cost to you, but if you click on that link and then go purchase Essential Addons, we get a little piece of that, and it helps support the channel here and keep us making videos. Also, I would invite you to click subscribe on this channel because we're putting out videos 3 times a week, and I want to make sure that you get notified on YouTube when we put out new videos that'll help you on your road to becoming an Elementor Pro yourself. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you back in another one soon. Take care.